Welcome back for the finale of What If Ahsoka Killed Maul on Mandalore. Thank you for your support on part 1 of this What If. If you haven't seen the first part, the link will be in the description below. The choice was easy for Anakin, and he ran for Padme's apartment, leaving Ahsoka also stuck in two minds. Thankfully for the Padawan, a starfighter slid through into the Jedi hangar, clattering numerous clones in the process. Out stepped Obi-Wan Kenobi from his adventures on rooftops, and Ahsoka quickly let him know what had happened to the clones. Obi-Wan begins to implement the recovery of the clones, leaving Ahsoka free to pursue Anakin. Obi-Wan found the task challenging, as even with the help of Rex, tackling clones on their own was difficult. They decide to start with the commanders first, and this helped to speed the process, as the other clones followed suit, and the tired Jedi finally got some respite. Back outside of the temple, Ahsoka was cutting her way through the clones, and took a nearby speeder to go to Padme's apartment. As she arrives, she sees the corpses of clones surrounding the Senator and Anakin. The Jedi Knight was pacing the suite quickly, stressing about what to do to save Padme. Anakin then saw Ahsoka arriving with her speeder, and he took it before Ahsoka could react, and sped off to the Chancellor's office. Ahsoka took a scenic and more exhausting route, leaping from building to building, effortlessly deflecting the bolts of the clone troopers, and shattering through the window of the Chancellor's office, surprising Anakin. The Jedi Knight was furiously searching the Chancellor's office for any clue as to where his saviour could have gone, when the panicked holographic figure of Padme appeared in front of the primary desk. The Senator urged Anakin to return as she was about to give birth, and Ahsoka directs a medical droid to the apartment. Anakin collapses to the ground in agony, thinking that Padme was going to die, and Ahsoka quickly stuns Anakin with a nearby blaster rifle. Carrying Anakin with the Force, she gets into her speeder and goes back to Padme's apartment, where the Senator had already given birth to Luke and Leia. While she waited for Anakin, Ahsoka planned to go to the Jedi Temple and help the Jedi, until they all heard the voice of Palpatine booming across the galactic city of Coruscant. The Sith Lord branded the Jedi to be traitors, and blamed them for the Separatists being on Mustafar. Padme was shocked to hear the news, and reported it to Bail Organa. The Senator of Alderaan insists Padme should rest, whilst he took care of the matter in the Senate. But walking through the corridors of the building, Organa is soon sent tumbling to the ground. In Padme's apartment, Anakin had awoken from his slumber, and found Padme and Ahsoka with his children. With their safety assured, Anakin gritted his teeth, as he had nearly been manipulated by Palpatine, and vowed for immediate revenge, even if it was not the Jedi way. Getting to his feet, he saw the comlink Padme had used to contact Organa, and it was playing static, and they knew he was in trouble. Anakin sprinted into the speeder, leaving Ahsoka to protect Padme and the children, and went to the Jedi Temple. By now, the clones had reduced in their number, thanks to the efforts of Obi-Wan and Rex, but they were still a threat. Anakin reports the news of what had happened to Organa, and Master Kenobi soon relays it to the remaining council members. When do Obi-Wan and Anakin go to the Senate building to apprehend the Sith Lord, as Yoda had still not arrived from Kashyyyk, but Sindralik, Shaak-Ti, and the chip-free clones could take care of the temple. The Jedi walk into one of the entrances, and find a session was already ongoing, as Palpatine stood with Masamida to address what was left of the politicians. Only the Separatists Palpatine had brought back from Mustafar was standing, and the Jedi could not let this stand. Anakin lunges to the Sith Lord, inadvertently wiping out Masamida, and Palpatine just manages to raise his lightsaber in defense, somehow managing to continue with his speech whilst dueling. The intervention of Windu and Obi-Wan forces him to focus on the duel, and he uses a lightning attack in an attempt to blast them away. Suddenly, they all heard the clicking of blasters from all around them, and Palpatine smirked, ordering the clones to kill the Jedi. The clones stepped forward and into Senate pods, surrounding the Jedi, and fired. The bolts flew past the Jedi, and straight into the Supreme Chancellor, and he slumped over the front of his Senate pod. From behind the pack of clones, Ahsoka emerged with Padme, Luke and Leia, and Anakin was grateful for the intervention of his Padawan. Later on, the remaining council members sat in their chairs, with Ahsoka in the centre of the room, and Anakin held his hand with Ahsoka's silka beads. After a brief moment of hesitation, Ahsoka took them, as she would not let Anakin out of her sight again. The Master and Padawan had taken down the Sith together. That is it for What If Ahsoka Killed Maul on Mandalore. If you enjoyed this, Please like this video, turn on your notification bell, subscribe to this channel and my other channel What If Films for more what ifs. And as always, leave a comment on what if you'd all like to see next and how I can improve my videos. Thank you all very much for watching and see you next time.